This video will be about how the accommodation system controls the refractive state of all normal eyes. I had to speed up the response in order to show realistically how this happens. Here the refractive state runs between -1 to about +2.5. This is true for all normal eyes, but it's so slow that you'll never see it except by experimental data. This data comes from a paper published by Earl L. Smith III called Spectacle Lenses. Highly recommended. It shows the eye having an offset of about 2.5 diopters and a responsiveness of you just seen for all fundamental eyes. Here's the input signal. Now the input signal, we spend most of the time looking in the distance, or 0 diopters. This represents an eye looking in the distance and then looking at -6 diopters, or -6 volts. This is the same thing as a child reading a cell phone at 6 inches. Now, if we were normal, we'd spend most of our time outdoors. But our entire civilization has turned to a point where you see kids with eyes permanently at -6 diopters. The results are predictable, and that's the whole point of science, to predict outcomes depending on what we do with our eyes. Here's the schematic. Now this is a feedback controlled system, which is controlled by the input to the left. The eye has an offset of about 2 diopters injected through a 470K resistor. The time constant of this system is about 20 seconds. I've accelerated it so you see the results in a reasonable period of time. The typical eye has a time constant of 3 months or more. The result is you just don't see results in an experiment unless you're very careful to review the experiment. The system is generally driven by a 1 polarity op amp with the oscilloscope you've just seen, a buffer required, and then a basic accommodation system oscillator. But the operating point is that this is a very slow system, which I had to speed up so you could see the results. There is no way to make this simple, but there is a way to make it clear. I will show what happens when you feed a 0 diopter environment and then a -4 diopter environment in a future video. It's tragic, but we control our refractive state by our habits. And the habit of a child is to read at 10 inches, 8 inches, 5 inches. And the consequences are a refractive state that becomes highly negative. A minus lens only compounds the problem. Enjoy the video, but science is different than medicine, which is not concerned with this problem. Thank you.